multifocal motor neuropathy, or MMN, has its premiere in Nelson tonight. No One Rides Alone follows the journey of Clive Phillips, who has MMN, as he bikes the old Tour de France route, only made possible by plasma donations. To tell us more, Clive joins us now. Clive, good morning. This looks fantastic. First of all, I want to ask you, what is MMN exactly, and how does it affect people?
Condition, Chris. It's effectively a condition that involves blockage in the signals of the motor nerves in your peripheral nervous system. It's an autoimmune condition, so for some reason my immune system has decided to attack parts of the nervous system, and it leads to weakness and loss of strength in the arms, hands, legs and feet. So not ideal. And it's one of those conditions that there's no cure for at the moment. But there is, as you said, a plasma-derived treatment for it.
So how often would you be having treatments for plasma?
So up until recently, I now have it every week, but up until recently, on average, it's about once a month for me, taking a thing called immunoglobulin. And the only reason that time frame has shifted is I've shifted from intravenous having an infusion in hospital to actually infusing under the skin myself. But 4 weeks is pretty fairly average, but there are people that have to go to hospital for 2 or 3 days every 2 or 3 weeks, permanently basically for their treatment.
Yeah, it can be all-encompassing, right? So you've made a film about biking this course. What on earth went through your mind to do this? Because as people know, if they watch the Tour de France, it's not for the faint-hearted.
It's not, no, and it's fair to say we were a little bit slower than the riders in the Tour. Essentially, I've always loved cycling, and 5 years ago, after my diagnosis, I was lucky enough on the back of my treatment to really recover a lot of strength and function in my hands and my leg. Because without that treatment, I probably would have been in a wheelchair by now, I think. And it was kind of one of those moments where I thought, right, life's short. I'm probably not going to be in the Brazilian triplets and being 109. Let's get on with it and let's do some biking challenges and raise some awareness. And that led, after several kind of smaller events done here in New Zealand, to this idea of riding a Tour de France route. And the rest, I guess, is history. We just wanted to really go beyond just a 3-week fundraiser and really have something that we could keep telling the story, because like a lot of rare diseases, it's hard to get word out there, but with a film, hopefully we can reach far more people than we ever would face-to-face or in a short period.
What was it like actually cycling that route? One, from a physical perspective, and two, also when you're doing it, I presume you got a lot of time to think, right? You probably got some time to reflect and take stock.
Yeah, definitely. But look, physically, and I've been in the British Army on operations. It's probably absolutely the hardest thing I've ever done. This time last year we were in Paris, absolutely exhausted. Not just the riders, but also the support crew, because they were working incredibly hard as well. It did make me think there's a fine line between stubbornness and independence when you're struggling with something, and it's fair to say that I can edge towards stubbornness when it comes to asking for help, and the tour had its moments where I really needed some help, and so I had to kind of come to terms with accepting help when it's offered, where my tendency would not to be doing that. And I think I certainly learned a lot in terms of how you can work with a team to overcome your challenges, and actually sometimes, don't be stubborn, but accept that help.
All right, a couple of key things to take away then. How can we watch your film?
So we're screening it in several venues around the country. Nelson tonight, Christchurch, Wellington next week, and Auckland in a couple of weeks. So details on website, makingthemostoфnow.co.nz, and then eventually we hope we're going to be getting in a kind of streaming deal, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Ultimately, we'll put it online, I'm sure, once we've kind of gone through the film festival cycle. That's the plan at the moment.
And also donate plasma if you can. It's so important, isn't it? Clive Phillips, who has made No One Rides Alone. Thank you so much for joining us on Breakfast this morning.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks very much.
Amazing stuff. FIA New Zealand is again pioneering a new adrenaline rush, the world's